Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today is Tracy's Tuesday Tips, and we are going to be talking about the new issue with Amazon rejecting certain ASIN numbers and how that's going to have a huge impact on our inventory potentially. But before we get started, I want to show you tonight I'm having a live chat with Steve Rakin from Rakin Profits, and I really like him and support his channel. And I just want to show you what we're doing tonight. You can see here that there is a countdown now, 7 hours until the inner game of entrepreneurship. And this is what Steve and I are going to be talking about at 7 p.m. tonight, April 12th, 2016. On this channel. I'm going to have a link here and I'm going to have a link below in case you're on a mobile device. We are going to be talking about some exciting stuff. We're going to be talking about figuring out what you want to achieve and taking action and making progress towards that goal. How do you even gauge if you're successful or not? Things I love to talk about. I just think it's so important, and we are going to be covering those things tonight. So I hope you join us for the live show, 7 o'clock with Steve Rankin. I don't normally like to do policy change videos because, well, they're boring, and also because, policies change all the time. And for the most part, you can see those in the Facebook groups like my Amazon 360 group or on any of the Amazon threads, or, just kind of word of mouth. It just gets around and we all stay on top of it. But this particular policy change can have a big impact for you and for me. So I do want to take a moment and address this on the video. So we are going to be talking about Amazon recent restrictions for the ASIN numbers. I have to show you the shirt that I wore today. Which I thought was really appropriate. So we started seeing this problem about a month ago. So it is April 12th, 2016 now, so about the middle of March. And I was seeing it show up in the Amazon threads. I was also seeing it show up here on my YouTube channel. And I'm looking for what the question was, but I do read these, so I thank you so much for leaving them because I do try to address these all the time. And the question was, what are your thoughts and strategies going forward regarding the recent arbitrary FBA ASIN rejections? Thank you very much for your response. I've also seen it in multiple seller forum threads like you see here. What's going on is Amazon seems to be refusing inventory from FBA sellers. It seems to be a random refusal to allow shipments of certain ASIN numbers. And there's a lot of theories circulating right now. Some of the ones I've heard are that the warehouses are too full, or that they're wanting different or better selling inventory, or that this is a new Amazon testing policy. And I've even heard that they're trying to make room in their warehouses for sellers that are overseas. I don't really know what the reason is for this new policy test change, but my guess is that the warehouses are full. I mean, we all know that this is kind of an issue, and Amazon's been trying to, increase the number of warehouses around the United States. So the warehouses are just getting really full of merchandise because Amazon's become more popular, selling on Amazon's become more popular, and everyone's just sending their stuff in. And there hasn't been a lot of restrictions on us. We're allowed to pretty much send in anything we want. We've seen different things happen to try to control what's going on in the warehouse. In 2011, they initiated the 12-month long-term storage fees. And then in 2015, they changed that to 6 months instead of 12 months. And then later in 2015, if you recalled your inventory in August and you were going to resend it in, which I think all of us kind of do that sometimes, we're kind of on to that. So in August, they said if you recalled any inventory that you couldn't relist it until after December 1st, 2015. So you missed out on a lot of fourth quarter sales if you chose to do that and not pay the long-term storage fees. I understand that the warehouses are filling up. That makes sense that they would want to have faster moving inventory. Okay. What I don't understand, however, is that they're just not communicating it. In my last video, we were talking about getting ungated in categories. That lack of transparency, like if you do these things, you can get ungated. It's just kind of a moving target. And I don't feel that that's really fair. I just feel that it should be communicated, be, forthright and transparent, and let everybody try to, do their best and, see how it goes. Well, it's kind of the same thing with this. They have not announced it outside of this. They have posted this page on their Amazon site. But you can see it's very little information. So there's really right now no warning about it to us sellers. There wasn't an explanation. There wasn't an email sent to us offering guidance on how we can better choose our inventory. There's been nothing like that. And that's why I'm doing the video, because it concerns me that it's going to become hard for us to make buying decisions because we're kind of in the dark with this. We don't know which ASINs are being rejected, which ones aren't. And so you're just kind of in the blind. So if you call customer service like I did, this is what you're going to be told. So just to clarify, I have not received this message yet, but I know lots of people that have, and it typically goes along the lines of this. You are already at the maximum inventory allowed for this product due to the capacity or restrictions. It must be removed from your shipment. And basically the answer from Amazon right now is that you're receiving this message because they have an ASIN quantity limit now, and that these are set in place to help you avoid long-term storage fees for items that the fulfillment centers have too much of. And there's no way to override this right now. So if you're calling in to try to get it overturned, they're saying that there's no real way for them to do this. Just skeptical at the reasons that they're giving, because the reasons don't seem to be consistent over the duration of all sellers and all inventory, all ranking, and all quantity. All right, so what can you do about it? One is you can check your current inventory, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And two is if you haven't received this message, just hold tight. You might not receive it at all, at least not right away. Number three, you can merchant fulfill your items that do get this message. Number four, you can hold tight for a few days and then try to relist the ASIN numbers that received it. The second thing you can do is, if you know that this is a fast moving, good selling product, you can open a support ticket telling them, showing them the ranking, showing them the history of the sales, and perhaps you can get approval that way. What you can do, of course, is sell on another channel for these products. Even though it's kind of a bummer, you do have other options. You can sell on Etsy or eBay. 6, I encourage everyone to calmly and professionally talk to Amazon, give them feedback about this test policy and how you're feeling about it. And the last thing, number 7, is you can improve your inventory, which we're also going to be talking about. You want to check your existing inventory to see if it has had any kind of ASIN restrictions. ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number, for those of you that don't know. You can go to your Amazon Seller Central account, hover over Reports, and then click on Fulfillment, which is the 4th item down. On the right-hand side of your screen, under the inventory header, you can click Show More, and then use this little scroll bar. And once you're on this page, you're going to select the Download tab, which is in the center of your screen right here. If you have it, you can click anywhere in the text file. You can hold the Control A key to select all of the data. And then once all of the data is selected, you can copy it, which is Control C, and you can copy it into an Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet, or really wherever you want. Okay, so here's my download button. It's ready, so I'm going to click it. Scroll to the column that is titled ASIN Limit, You can see that when I get to this column here, let me find it again, ASIN limit right there, that I don't have any items in that column because I haven't received this message personally yet. And you're going to scan through that column and you will be able to identify all of your ASINs that are affected. Okay, so now we're going to take a second and talk about inventory because our inventory should be continuously improving, and we do want inventory that moves quickly, which is what ultimately I think Amazon is trying to accomplish, is that they don't have a bunch of long tail items sitting in their warehouse. Long tail is normally considered items that are in there for 12 or more months. They want items that are moving in and out of their warehouse. It's making you money, it's making them money, and short term is normally within 30 to 120 days maybe. So for example, if I have inventory that I send in now, ideally it should sell within 90 to 120 days. So that would be, you know, the middle of August, that my inventory that I send in today should be totally gone. The best inventory, however, you know, what we're all striving for is inventory that sells within 30 days. And this faster moving inventory helps us because it makes us more dependable monthly income. It doesn't tie up our money. That's capital that we can use for more inventory that's going to make us more money, and we don't incur any type of fees like the long-term storage fees. So all of us could improve our inventory, and that's what we're going to talk about now, that we can clear out non-performing inventory that we currently have in the warehouses. The second thing we can do is we can rethink our sourcing. We can rethink how we are getting inventory and what types of inventory we are getting. Now that's a whole other video that we should do, and I will try to pop out, so just be watching for that. And we want to only carry items that have a better rank, because the better rank typically means that it sells faster, and that's what they're striving for. Also, better ranked categories. And what I mean by this is not all categories are created the same. I sell a lot of books. Books are typically a slow moving category, whereas toys are a faster moving category. Make up 80% of your profit. Now, of course, this is only in theory, but it would be beneficial for you to go through and check your SKUs and analyze what your repeat best sellers are. And the last thing, keep tabs on what is profitable month after month, because something that I'm selling this month that's a really good seller doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a good seller next month. So you want to make sure that it's not a trendy item or a seasonal item or a holiday item, and that your item is profitable month after month. So these are just examples of ways that we can be analyzing our inventory that we currently have in the warehouses and any inventory that we're going to be sourcing for now. So as for this new Amazon policy, I don't know if this is a permanent change or just a temporary test. I don't know the algorithms that they're using, or if they plan on sharing this information with us, or if it's going to be able to be shared on our selling apps that we use, you know, to source the inventory with. I don't know if this is just a warehouse specific ratio, if they're looking for these sell-through volumes just within the warehouses, or if it's bigger than that and they are looking, you know, to keep a certain level throughout all products. So these are all questions that have yet to be answered. If you get any additional information, please put it in the comments below. And if I get additional information, I will pop out another YouTube video or put it on my Amazon 360 Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that, it's free. So pop on over, and that way you can keep tabs of all the new and current information. I will talk to you guys next video. Thanks. Bye.